What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Technically Speaking Live. It is Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. on the East Coast. The right coast is the bright coast. Welcome to another lovely show. We're going to talk about pixel stuff. We do have a show that is going to be a bit messy because our shows are always messy. A show we're going to talk about the Apple event recap, talking about a $429 iPhone SE. Why? I already know why. Like I know why. But we're going to talk about that. But first we have to bring in Stats. So Stats, welcome to the show.
Hi everybody. Welcome back to the 1% Studios again for your two favorite live semi-podcast, professional.
What is that about?
Something, I don't know.
We could be getting $300,000. $300,000 from YouTube. They're like, hey, do you know anybody that does a podcast? Yeah.
Yeah, there's two of us. Well,
yeah, I
one
do.
and a half. 1.25, you know.
I know exactly when that tweet came out. I was thinking, Jesus H, that could totally be us.
Oh, 100%.
It's
not only do we do it here live every week on
every
video
Wednesday,
in
on
front
video.
of all of our adoring fans, we put out an actual non-video audio only podcast companionship every week on anchor.fm/the-technically
wow, speaking. Executive producer. What?
I had a really good session at the range before I got here, so I'm in a great mood.
Fantastic.
So, yeah.
And Juan says, wait, is this the Saturday Night Tech Fight winner, Scott Peachy? This dude is legit famous. We'll talk about the Saturday Night Tech show, Saturday Night Tech Fight that was last weekend. Holler at your boy. Welcome, Jason C., Kevin Yanantuno, Tech for Your Needs. What up? All of y'all out there.
Don't forget Canuck Gal.
Canuck Gal, I'm sorry I skipped right over you. I apologize, Canuck Gal. Please do not take that out on me. I apologize for my outburst. Please. So last Saturday I was laying in bed. Okay, and I was legit excited because it was the first Saturday in a while that I had not done a tech fight as a judge.
I was going to say, I'm interested to see where this story goes when you start with, I'm laying in bed and I'm excited.
This is a family show. It's a show. It's a show. So laying in bed last Saturday and waiting for the tech fight, I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to finally be one of those people in the chat, in the comments,
in the messages,
in messaging. I was ready. And then we had a contestant that just didn't show up. And I cannot have that. I cannot have a situation where the Saturday Night Tech Fights were potentially postponed due to somebody who didn't show up. So I, in the comments, said, don't make me come into this tech fight.
Don't make me come in there and throw it down.
Carlos, I really appreciate that. Big hugs back at you, my friend. So I said, Mike, if you need somebody to jump in to this fight, I'll do it. I will do it as a contestant.
Yeah, I was totally unprepared because
yeah, that makes two of us.
Well, when you weren't going to be on, even as a judge, I love Tech King, but I had other stuff going on Saturday night, so I wasn't planning on tuning in. And then all of a sudden, like, I caught it an hour later after it was over, and I went, "Wait a minute, Scott was fighting? What happened? What's going on?"
Wait, what? Why is that voice? I recognize the lovely, sultry sounds of that voice.
So did you, like, run down here and turn all your stuff on and just let it go, or did you do it from bed on your phone?
No. I came downstairs. I put on clothes. Most importantly, I put on pants.
Why?
I put on pants and clothing. Came downstairs, and I literally turned everything on that you see, like here. I got lights on both sides of me. Turned the lights on, and then I opened up Twitter on my machine here. Twitter and eCam Live, because that's what I use to stream with. And in my Twitter DMs was Juan with a link to the questions and a link to the show. And I immediately just got into the show and started to go.
So you hadn't seen any questions?
I hadn't seen any of the questions until I got down here. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't even remember the questions other than one of them asking about the iPhone SE, which we will talk about on the show. Pants are definitely optional while streaming, Ace. You are 100% correct on that. But I came down, and Savage was a wonderful component. Savage was the ultimate winner from that night, because he actually showed up. So big shout out to Savage for winning the fight on that one. But from a sparring perspective, because I would look at it as a spar, I'm gonna go ahead and say I sparred pretty hard.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch.
I sparred pretty hard,
knowing that you had no prep time.
I had no prep time.
Know what the questions were
Sure
until
didn't.
You were on the stream.
On the stream, had the questions. I had for the first question, I had probably just a few minutes to prepare. But other than that, I didn't have much time to prepare.
So that's interesting because last weekend when you and I were playing golf, I think we talked about it that sometimes when you're tech fighting, you just do your own thing, go with your notes and everything that you've prepared in advance because you're solid in your position.
Yeah.
But sometimes when you're tech fighting, you bounce off the other person and make sure that you're giving truly the opposite side of the other person.
Yeah.
So with having no time to prep, no notes, no nothing, how did you play it this time?
I literally I had a narrative for each individual question that I wanted to, in the minimal time that I had to prep in between rounds, I had one narrative and I just beat the holy hell out of that one narrative. And I swear to God, I was lurking in the comments because LB was also in the comments. And for the folks out there that know LB is he is a great dude out there. He was giving Savage coaching tips in the comments. And I was like, what are you doing? Are you listening to LB out there? Or are we going to fight this fight? What's going on out there? So I was lurking in the comments too. I'm like, well, if somebody's going to lurk in the comments, so am I. I'm going to as well. So and one of them was, Scott, you need to turn up your gain a little bit. And I was like, oh, well, I'm not going to be out microphoned.
Yoink.
I can't have that. So I reached over and I just slid the gain up probably 4 or 5 notches. And honestly, just tried to continue to talk over him because that was okay. I knew what narrative I wanted to drive, but I will be honest with you. Juan as a judge always freaks me out because he's so good. Juan is legit.
Oh, he is
legit.
He is tech specs beyond anybody else
legit. And
that I've ever seen. I mean, the time we had him on the show a couple of weeks ago or a couple of months ago at this point, and he's just for 5 minutes straight, and you and I are just sitting here going,
yeah, I was learning.
We don't know what you're talking
I was
about.
totally learning between him and Adam. I was totally learning, but it was I was like, okay, I know who the judges are, so I'm going to try to appease to the judges a little bit too. But I got Juan over here, and I got Barry over here. Barry's an engineer. Juan's super tech savvy. And I got Dwayne, the Wayne train. I was like, okay, but I think I can bounce off of this, do this, and this. So I was trying to play to all of the facets while beating the crap out of one narrative that I had because that was about all the time that I had to prep for. But it was a blast. Again, Savage ultimate winner from that weekend. The Tech King Mike Saturday night tech fights. Whew, that is a mouthful, especially if you talk fast like I do.
Pause.
But pause, sir. Pause. I would Jason C. LB versus Peachy. Now that could be interesting. 100% would do it. 100% would do it.
I think we should
100%.
try to get Juan to fight Adam.
That would be a good one, too. Oh, that would be a good one. That would be a tough one.
Or you could go, I can't remember the guy. Always wears the sunglasses, has his own line of clothing.
What?
We both follow him on Twitter. He's a tech guy. He checks in every once in a while, but
wears sunglasses
in all his videos. He's got a shaved head.
El Jefe?
Yeah.
El Jefe's awesome.
Well, do him against Juan since they're both like super.
Audio files?
Yeah. You know, they're super specific and really knowledgeable. So
I appreciate that, Juan. Savage it was a fantastic fight. It was an absolute blast. But I'll go back to this, Jason C. Like I would do a fight with LB. 100% would do a fight with LB.
If you lose, you have to buy X amount of popcorn.
I would buy X amount of popcorn because the popcorn's amazing.
No, I understand that. But if you win, he has to send you X amount of popcorn.
Ooh.
See? So you're both fighting for something. You're fighting not to spend money, and he's fighting to get money.
We'll see. We'll talk about it. There was an Apple event.
There was?
There was an Apple event.
When was
I heard about this through the grapevine. Through the grapevine, I had heard there was a Apple event, and they announced a plethora of interesting things. One of those things was a 5K 27-inch screen, speakers, and has a built-in camera, $1,600 studio display.
Nope. No, thank you. I'm good.
Screen can also be used to fast charge the Apple's latest MacBook Pros when it's plugged in. 27-inch screen. Honestly, I'm used to the screen that I have in front of me.
And it's 400 inches wide.
It's not rounding error. Could be a rounding error.
Factor of 10.
Yeah, could be a rounding error. They announced the 5K Retina 27-inch. I bet it's beautiful.
Oh, of course it is. It's going to be great, but
I'm just not. Look, I'm not the target audience on this.
No.
So I'm not going to spend $1,600. I wasn't going to spend $1,600 on a display anyway. I'm definitely not going to buy a $1,600 display now, but I wasn't going to buy a $1,600 display to begin with. All aluminum enclosure with a tilting stand that tilts to adjust the height.
I mean, that is just. Again,
yeah.
$1,600 and you're. This is where I have the problem with it. $1,600 and you're only getting a 27-inch display. I mean, you take $1,600, you walk into Costco, you're walking out with a 70-inch 4K television, you know, that you could use as a monitor by hanging it on the wall and
that would be so dope.
Planting your laptop in front of it.
Oh, that'd be so dope.
And sitting like 3 feet away from it.
That'd be so dope. I would do that.
Of course.
I would do that.
Because we're getting old and our eyes are not as good as they once were. So, again, the 5K Retina display is going to be gorgeous. It's going to work flawlessly with all of your other Apple ecosystem products. But again, $1,600 for something that's just a little bit bigger than my laptop screen. So, you know, it's a tough sell unless you've got that kind of money.
Yeah, but so here's the tough part. Now, Michael says, I'm so done with Apple's BS, honestly. They can make the best of the best, but I still don't want it. So here's the tough part about that. You, my friend, and the majority of us that are on here because of Pixels are so far in the minority on this. Because, and I'm going to come back to what Apple has done here, what Apple released in yesterday's event. This is the share of the global top 10 best-selling smartphones of 2021. Now, this is from Counterpoint Research, and they have revealed a list of the top 10 best-selling smartphones of 2021, and 7 of the 10 are iPhones. 7 of the 10 are iPhones.
I lost that article for some reason, so keep going.
7 of the 10 are iPhones. 1 is a Samsung Galaxy, which isn't even the Galaxy like S21. Not even an S21. It's an A12. Their affordable line. A Xiaomi Redmi 9A and a Xiaomi Redmi 9. Everything else in the top 10
is an iPhone. That
is an iPhone.
Disgusting.
And it's not even the iPhone 13 that's the number one spot. It's the iPhone 12.
Yeah, it's the year prior model.
Yeah. The iPhone SE 2020. The iPhone SE 2020. 2020. The cheap iPhone from the previous year was the number 8 selling smartphone in 2021.
Now, see this?
2021. Counterpoint research.
No.
So
I'm
again,
looking at
keep
it.
in mind, you can probably find numbers to get you just about anything. As they all say in data, 71% of all statistics are made up on the spot.
Well, and the way they have this graph or graphical representation laid out is very strange. So it says share of global top 10 best selling smartphones. Number one, that sentence doesn't make sense. And then number two, they say that the best-selling smartphone of 2021 only had 2.9% of the market share. So what type of phone is outselling that phone? I mean, is it a flip phone? Is somebody in the world still using Nokias?
A walkie-talkie?
I mean, if the best-selling smartphone in the world only has 2.9% of the market share, can we even trust this data?
I haven't. So I gotta dig into the full landscape of exactly what it is. Now Juan brings up a really good point. We got to stop acting like. Let me put that comment back on the screen. We got to stop acting like Samsung is a top option for premium Android. They are not getting people excited for expensive phones. They're not. They are not. And this list straight up will just show you the Galaxy A12. It's a device that falls under $200. $200 is less than $200, and it's number 6 on the list.
Yeah, but it says it has 2% of the market share, but is that the market share of the top 10 smartphones? Is it the market share of smartphones? Is it the market share of also? Again, this data, something's weird with it.
The best selling. We all know that, now Malcontent says, but we all know that the very popular or very profitable does not equal best. Definitely agree with that.
Agreed. Otherwise, the Pixel, which one came out last year?
The 5A?
Yeah, that would be on the top.
You mean this guy?
This guy?
This guy?
Right here?
This guy right here? So right now, you can go buy a brand new 5A. A brand new 5A for, I believe it's $449. $449 right now. You can go get a brand new 5A. And a brand new iPhone SE, I guess they're going to call it 2021. iPhone SE 2021.
1 or 2?
Well, they're just, I don't know what else to call it. It's the successor to the 2020 model, so I'm going to call it the iPhone SE 2021.
Okay.
Because it goes by the same stupid name. iPhone SE. But this model comes with the latest A15 chip and 5G. Holy crap, it comes with 5G.
Ooh.
It looks exactly the same as the previous generation, equipped with a 4.7-inch rectangular 720p screen with a Touch ID fingerprint sensor and equipped with a 12-megapixel rear camera, single shooter.
What?
It's going to retail and hit store shelves on March 18th for a price of $429. That's more expensive than $399 that Apple launched in 2020. And they say it's Tim Cook says the device was ideal for people who like smaller phones.
It's also much more expensive than your $199 prediction from last week.
I mean, I may have been a little off on that.
Well, I think that part of the conversation was like a worst case scenario for them trying to undercut the Pixel A lines. But $449 for a phone that doesn't even do 1080. $429 for a phone that doesn't even do 1080 and has one camera. No.
Now, I can't knock the one camera because for a while, Pixel was running circles around a lot of folks with the single shooter lens.
But that's Pixel.
True. Fair.
So, I like Michael Secret's comment. A solid 90 minutes of battery life.
It has there we go. A solid 90 minutes of battery.
Now, Michael, is that screen on time or is that up time for the day?
Lame battery life. Issues with the 2020 SE had nothing to do with processing power. It was the lame battery life. Putting a more powerful system on chip inside solves no issues of the latest model. It absolutely doesn't. And they put 5G on it, and 5G is going to take more battery. More battery. They put a bigger, more powerful chip on it and a 5G and still the same lame-ass battery. Ooh. But you know what? Travis MC Poop. What? MCP.
Whoa.
I almost said MC Poop. MCP put out a video today. What I meant to say is put out a video and almost said come out with poop. MCP put out a video today about who the target audience is for this particular bit, and it's none of us. It is none of us, and I still stand by the same statement that I made last week, and I think I made this exact same statement about on the Tech Fight, specifically about the iPhone SE, was the sheer volume of people getting into the Apple ecosystem, and this is one of the cheapest ways for them to get into the ecosystem.
Well, and Jason C. makes a great point, is that when they were on stage doing the presentation, they compared it to the 6S, the 7, and even the iPhone 8, which at this point are 5, 6, and 7 years old. So to people who have held on to those phones for so long, technically the SE will be an upgrade at a very good price point for a brand new phone. So again, Apple is a marketing company that makes tech products.
They're really good at it, though.
Yeah, they are.
They're really, really good at it, and it's annoying as piss. It is annoying as hell that they're this good at it when they take the top 7 of the 10 spots in the best selling. Doesn't mean best, it just means best selling. It's a lot like the whole McDonald's thing. McDonald's says they have the America's best fries. BS.
Right.
They have the best selling fries.
Yeah.
They get
quantity.
By quantity.
Yeah.
And so Apple may not have the best, but they have the best. You know what I mean? From that perspective, using the McDonald's analogy.
Right.
Michael, I agree with you. You'll get 4 hours of screen on time. Adam is calling it here. You're going to get 4 hours of screen on time. I'm going to assume we're still talking about the iPhone SE 2022. I'm going to guess that you're going to say that. Adam, I'm going to say you're wrong.
Well, we have to.
But yeah, that's because that's my default statement.
That's a baseline for being on this show. We are right and Adam is wrong.
I didn't mean bigger in terms of the chip from that perspective. If I said that, I misspoke. I meant bigger in terms of the battery.
Battery.
Battery. I don't get into the whole, like, one's 4 nanometers, the other one's 7 nanometers. Y'all, I'm just a common man.
That's way too techie for this show.
I'm just a common man. I got that with the iPhone SE 2020C. Look, shots fired at McDonald's fries. Straight up, McDonald's fries, not awful. Definitely not the best.
No.
100% not the best. I would put I could probably name...
We're going to get into food later in the show, but
we might go down this path now because people like shots fired at McDonald's fries.
Let's do it.
I wouldn't even put McDonald's fries in the top 3.
No.
Maybe not even top 5.
Could be
not even top 5 best fries of all time. I can somewhere Viper's crying in a corner.
Yeah, well. If he wants to bring his opinion on, all he has to do is send one of us a text. We'll get him on the show.
About McDonald's French fries. He is a McDonald's French fries connoisseur.
And then we'll turn his gain all the way down because he likes to yell as much as you do.
I don't yell, sir. I just talk loudly.
Whatever you got to tell yourself.
That's what I do. That's what I do. McDonald's fries, probably... I give top 5, but they're definitely not taking the top 3 spots.
No.
What's your number 1? Wendy's fries is better than Burger King fries.
Absolutely.
100%.
I would say Burger King fries are worse than McDonald's fries. But I would
agree with that.
I have a very deep, dark spot in my heart for Burger King. They failed me one too many times. I probably haven't been to Burger King in
Burger King breakfast is
7 or 8 years.
Before Wendy's breakfast was a thing.
Yeah.
Burger King breakfast was a staple. Yeah. Staple.
For me, today, sitting here right now, Five Guys.
Five Guys.
Cajun fries for me, regular fries for you. Because, I mean, you can tell they cook them right then and right there. You're never getting leftover fries.
No.
And I've realized it's the quantity. I want to walk out of Five Guys slightly uncomfortable with how much food I ate and then not need to eat again for the rest of the day, which happened on Sunday.
Swear to God, I did the same thing on Sunday. I didn't eat the rest of the day.
I had one beer between the time we left Five Guys and I went to bed on Sunday.
No, come on. Okay, we got some weird people in this comments right now. Arby's curly fries are dynamic.
Agreed.
Dynamic. Way better than fresh McDonald's fries.
The waffle fries from Chick-fil-A.
Waffle fries from Chick-fil-A. Great. Amazing.
But if we're going to talk just straight up, like shoestring style fries, so Burger King, McDonald's, Five Guys, Culver's, they're crinkle cut, but they're straight. They're not curled, they're not waffle fry, different textures.
There we go. Juan's nailing it right now. Five Guys, In-N-Out, Rallies, then Wendy's.
Ooh, Rallies.
Rallies. There's something special about Rallies.
Yeah. There's a chain in the South that's real small. I don't know if it's even if it's still around, but Backyard Burgers, they put
I'm sorry, Adam's comment. You want to walk different after he's had Five Guys. You heard it here.
Yeah.
Almost Conor McGregor with
whatever. Whatever it takes. Man.
Whatever. Burger King burgers are trash. Manny, come on. They're not that bad.
No. So the food combo that I thought about before we the
comments are killing me.
Yeah.
Five Guys, pause.
So if you could somehow get all of the different pieces and parts delivered completely fresh, hot, and like you picked them up right there, build your ultimate fast food combo meal from however many different places you want, and they all show up perfectly hot and fresh.
Good God. I mean, it's hard to argue when you can get two. You can get a burger and the fries from Five Guys.
I know.
Like, that's hard to argue with. Pause.
All right, so everybody knows our love
for Five Guys.
So Five Guys has left the building. They've done their job on us. They've left the building.
Good God, Trent's gonna have a heyday with this.
So Five Guys is not an option.
Okay.
Build your ultimate combo meal from all the other fast food places.
Oh my gosh. Ultimate combo meal. I would take Rally's fries, fresh Rally's fries.
Yep.
I would take I would take a burger from Wendy's.
Okay. Strong hometown choice.
Strong hometown choice. A burger from Wendy's, Rally's fries, and a Coke from McDonald's.
So, Coke from McDonald's, waffle fries from Chick-fil-A.
I forgot about the waffle fries from Chick-fil-A. I take mine back. And I go Chick-fil-A.
The spicy chicken sandwich from Wendy's.
Yeah.
It's 100%.
The Coke from McDonald's just hits different. It just hits different.
Now, if McDonald's would go back to the beef fat fries from when we were kids, late 80s, oh my God. I would start eating at McDonald's again, and I'd have to work out twice a day. But
I just wanted to say that I think that this could be the most comments that we've gotten in a really long time, and we're talking about food.
Well,
look, we love it.
Think about all the technology and the research that has gone into making fast food explode all over the world. Just in our lifetimes. I mean, when we were growing up, Burger King and McDonald's, then Wendy's. Well, you always had Wendy's because you were here in Central Ohio.
Yep.
But then Rallies and Checkers and Backyard Burgers and Chick-fil-A, which again started in the South but didn't spread all over the country until like the 90s. And then Whataburger and In-N-Out and Shake Shack. And
I had a Whataburger for the first time the other day when I was in Houston.
Right.
It's good. I mean, it's not beating Five Guys. It's not beating Five Guys or Wendy's, but it's good. It's good.
It's tough to do better than Five Guys.
It is.
Somebody's going to have to
The Coke from McDonald's is another one, man. He just says In-N-Out Burger, fries, and Coke from McDonald's. I mean, take the fries part off, but I mean, the Coke from McDonald's, it just hits different.
Yeah.
It just does.
Now, I mean,
next week's show rebrand, technically eating.
Hey, we could do a
really good show about food.
Food, absolutely.
Nothing but food.
Yes.
And for the record, the numbers right now, we have more people tuning in, and we've not talked about tech for a good solid 11 minutes. We've just talked about the food.
It's okay. It works. Now, this next statement probably will lose us followers and things like that, but it would be interesting to get people to talk about their ultimate fast food combo for places that are only available in their cities. That would be a great live call-in show that we could do, because I'm sure Adam has some really homegrown cool places that are only available in Houston. We have places here like Loops. You've been to Loops with me. They're French fries because they're double fried and then seasoned with those Greek spices. They would, not using fast food, they would be my top fries here in town.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Man.
I forced myself to only order the small from there because the large is just honestly too much. But that could be an interesting conversation for a later show.
These Five Guys are tough.
Technically foodies.
Technically foodies.
It'll be our second channel.
Stats will be the guest host on Technically Grinder. Mayo Spaghetti. Someone else remembers the shows from Mayo Spaghetti. That's right. Mayo Spaghetti hits different.
It does. It does.
Juan says he wants Five Guys burgers from the Shake Shack, Smoke Shack, Fixin', and the grilled onions from the Habit. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, that's a nice word salad there, Juan. Thank you so much.
I'm not sure what the Habit is, but I will say that that's probably something in your neck of the woods.
I mean, grilled onions are great. Mm-hmm. They complement a lot of dishes very well.
Man, now, talking about all that food, I am a little hungry. I'm not going to deny that. But
I might have to get some more food on the way home.
not going to deny it. Not going to deny that I might go upstairs and eat a little bit of food. I think Adam was sometime jumbling in the comments about how he thinks that the iPhone SE is the best thing since sliced bread. I could be paraphrasing a little bit there. It's going to sell. It's going to sell well, and I think it's going to sell. It's going to be a top 10 phone.
It's an Apple product for under $500. I mean, of course it's going to sell.
It's going to sell. But what else did they do? They announced new iPad Airs with the M1 chip starting at $599. They continue to really impress upon the tablet space. Although I did see the new Samsung tablet. It is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. But no one's going to really give it the time of day that it truly, truly needs because of everything else. But I absolutely believe it is something. Sorry, Ryan Doublestein. I am from Michigan, and the last hot now is an hour for me. The last hot
I guess that was like a regional chain. Yeah, because he mentioned hot now a little bit earlier, but all right. We're down. We're actually going to be in Michigan later this year.
It's true.
We could figure out where that is. See if we can meet up for a quick sandwich.
The Habit is a great burger place.
Nice.
Okay, it's a burger place. Is the Habit somewhere like West Coast? Because we're in Ohio. I'm more just curious of where it would be. The large is too much for stats. That's what Adam says.
Yeah. Every once in a while.
The comments are still on food, Miss Sheila says, for obvious reasons.
It's fine.
$599 64 gigabyte version of the iPad Air with an M1 chip. I think it's going to sell. That's going to also sell well because it's an Apple thing. But the piece de resistance, which everybody was clamoring, and it's either a love or hate, is the Mac Studio with the M1 Ultra chip. So they introduced the first Mac model in years. So this is the Mac Studio, basically a chunky version of the Mac Mini. Chunky.
Yeah.
It's West Coast.
The additional height, however, on the new Mac Studio is used for big fans.
Big fans? I like big fans, and I cannot lie.
Yeah. So again, this when Apple started doing this a couple of years ago, I think you and I had the conversation that, number one, who still uses a desktop? And number two,
wow,
with the way we grew up with buying computers or buying laptops, and especially the form factor of a laptop where you have the entire thing in one package, in today's day and age, I just don't understand how you sell a box with nothing else. No peripherals, nothing. And it's costing you over $2,000.
Get off my lawn. Get off my lawn. That's essentially what you just said.
That's
I
okay.
don't understand buying just a box with no peripherals.
I understand it. But I don't understand the price point, and I don't understand people who would do it, who would spend that kind of money for just this thing, and then you have to go buy everything else as well.
Well, I mean, the everything else part, like I don't really think much about that too much. Like the everything else part, like when you're buying a laptop, yeah, you get everything in it, but you're buying the laptop. When you buy the desktop, I guess I just don't think about the peripherals being included. But I also haven't bought a desktop since 1947. Like it's been a long time since I bought a desktop. I think the only desktop that I actually ever owned was the very first computer I ever bought, and that was when I went to college. Many, many moons ago.
Mm-hmm.
Many a moons ago. Decades ago.
Yep.
And so that's the only time I ever bought a desktop. But they're saying that this is the high-performance M1 Ultra chip, which is more powerful than the existing M1 chips. The Mac Studio with an older M1 Max chip starts at $1,999. The model with the M1 Ultra starts at $3,999, and the Studio display that we talked about a little bit earlier comes in at $1,600 or $1,599.
So if you get the upgraded chip and the new Studio display, you're at $5,600 plus tax.
Oh, yeah,
and you still need a keyboard and a mouse and some speakers and,
And Adam says it right here. They lost me for the $19.99 for the Studio computer, and it comes with 512.
How many of your videos that you record in 4K could you put in 512?
When I'm rendering out in Final Cut?
Yeah.
Am I doing a lot of like B-roll and
exactly how you do your videos today?
I can easily get a Final Cut
otherwise.
library that's hundreds of gigs.
Yeah.
Each.
So
with one or two videos. Easy.
Yeah, I was going to say. So
and my videos are simple.
To Tech Odyssey's point, you're paying a not insignificant amount of money in today's day and age and market for electronics to get a box that you can't actually do anything with until you buy everything else.
Well, you're really stuck on that.
Yeah, I am. And the people here who actually record videos and put them out can get 2 videos on there, maybe 3.
Huh.
Get yourself a top-of-the-line laptop and a 2 terabyte SSD.
A maxed out will cost you over $8,000.
I do enjoy.
Miss Sheila says, saw a Mac Studio today and almost ordered it. Wow. Miss Sheila, I see you working out there. I see you working.
I know where I'm coming for dinner the next time I'm in town.
Tech Odyssey says, you expect an Xbox to come with a TV too?
No, because an Xbox isn't supposed to be doing what a computer does.
People using these for legitimate reasons are making ton using mine.
Again, the people who can use it and can afford it, great. I'm not doing it.
There you go. Carlos says, I still have my first and only iMac since 2010. I don't know if I'll ever upgrade to a newer iMac or laptop. Agreed, Adam, but people that they're targeting at, they're using these to make studio level productions, not cheap YouTube videos, 1 to 3 videos. I 100% agree. That's why the 512 was a little meh.
Right.
That's what I don't understand. I saw somebody that was making comments that were like, it's the most powerful thing ever in the history of the world. It's more powerful than the PCs and all this other stuff. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Who are you trying to impress? Tim does not read the comments on Twitter. He is not out there reading your comments.
Tim is not going to go home with you.
He is not going to go home. Tim is not going home with you. Trust me on that one.
Well, and to Malcontent's point, again, how many people will spend that money because they can, but will never use it to its full potential versus the small use case of people who are going to do it and make shorts and long form YouTube and movies on these, the ones who are going to use it to its full potential versus the person who's going to buy it and brag about it. Oh, I just bought the best top of the line $8,000 computer from Apple. And everybody at the bar goes, who cares?
To Adam's point, this is truly a pro level product for someone who does this as a serious business for a living. Yes, I agree. I agree. Apple says that the Mac Studio with the M1 Ultra is 80% faster than the top of the line Mac Pro, which, by the way, retailed for $50,000.
I do remember when we talked about that last year.
$50,000. Michael Secret says computers are so overpowered at this point, it's crazy. There's so much power. I mean, we're not. Yes, Adam, you're absolutely right. People can do whatever they want with their money. That's true. Miss Sheila says that was me for a minute. I could and I would have won the bragging rights. It's true.
Miss Sheila,
I think you're
allowed to brag.
Yeah, I think all you have to do, Miss Sheila, is buy kind of like a fully spec'd out mini, and you would blow away quite a few people with a spec'd out mini.
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't already have a laptop that works perfectly, I would have a mini. And it would be my machine. It would be the machine that I work off of. But remember, I have all the peripherals. So the old man get off my lawn that's sitting over there that talks about, I'm not buying an Xbox until I get a TV attached to it. I'm paraphrasing you there.
That's not what I said. That's what paraphrasing.
Adam said. I'm paraphrasing you there just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm surprised. There you go. I don't need that much to edit on LumaFusion. The mini was enough for me. And so that's my thing is like, I've never had a mini. I've only ever had the laptop. But I feel like I'm down here editing the majority of my time anyway. I very rarely edit not inside this room. So I feel like the mini would be enough. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Adam's wife edits with the MacBook Air with the M1, and it's great for her. Ecosystem company that sells expensive hardware. Yep. All right, let's go to the next topic. I don't know. I still like that food topic. That was really, really good.
We can always come back to it.
I'm hungry now.
You got any spaghetti?
Actually, I do have spaghetti upstairs.
Do you have any mayo?
Oh, we talked about the best-selling smartphones. There's no Pixel on that.
Yeah.
Not even close. I would love to know where Pixel fell on that list.
Again, and that's what makes me question, what data set of statistics they use to formulate that graph, because
best-selling is what they said, so I'm assuming it's just sales-based.
Well, again, the way it was represented, I'd have to dig deeper in the story. But, we looked it up. Google owns right around 3% of the market share, right?
Yeah. Apple is like a little over 50.
Right. So, but Google Pixel devices also had their best year ever in the history of the company in 2021.
Yes.
So, again, you would expect at least one of their devices to be on that list.
Not without Samsung being on there.
Man.
Because Samsung's going to push more units. So if Samsung's not there, I mean, Google's not competing with Samsung in terms of pushing the raw units of sales. They're just not, because Samsung has more units to sell.
Right.
And so from that perspective, again, using the McDonald's logic of best selling is best fries.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. You can still have the best quarter that you've ever had. Best quarter that you ever had could have been 5,000 units.
Right.
Best quarter that you ever had could have been 50,000 units. I think it's way more than that. So I digress.
Well, let's hope.
Yeah.
we don't want the pixel line to go extinct.
But
we will.
I'm going to dig into that more.
We will post the. Well, I don't know. You want to post the article in the comments, or
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'll find it.
It's in the show notes.
Yeah.
It's an Android Authority best-selling Android phone of 2021.
All right, so Michael Secret had a great question. If we want to go back to food, because
breakfast
this one,
food.
This is.
I think pancakes are overrated. Pancakes are overrated.
I prefer waffles to pancakes, but a perfectly cooked, especially like a yeasty pancake that rises, can be extraordinary as well.
So IHOP used to have really, really good pancakes, and then their customer service went right down the toilet.
Well, and then they became
awful.
IHOB for a minute.
Yeah, that was an awful.
Yeah, that was bad marketing. I personally love breakfast food. I could probably eat breakfast style food 3 meals a day for at least a week and not get tired of it.
So are we talking about like best breakfast food? Like it could be anything, or are we talking about?
Well, Michael was very broad. He just said thoughts on breakfast food. So
okay,
likes, dislikes, fast
Juan brings
food.
up a good point. All Pixel devices represent 3% that's carved up between the 4A, the 4A 5G, the 5, the 6, and the 6 Pro. An iPhone 12 by itself was 2% of the global market.
And that very, very well may be once we dig down to the article. And when you put it that way versus how I was trying to read it while talk and main eye contact with Scott, maybe I was just misinterpreting the data. So
yeah, it could be very well true. But breakfast food. I love a good breakfast burrito.
Burrito/sandwich. Yeah. Something I can pick up and don't necessarily have to use a knife and fork with, so I can have a burrito in this hand and a cup of hot coffee in this hand, and you're driving 80 miles an hour on the way to the golf course. And we're going to have a good day, Tater.
Good day, Tater. I would say the croissant-wich from Burger King is vastly underrated. The croissant-wich from Burger King, a sausage, egg, and cheese croissant-wich, is just dynamic. But the breakfast food from Wendy's
their breakfast potatoes are
oh my
special.
gosh, so amazing.
Now, if they serve those breakfast potatoes all day, would you take those or their fries?
The fries? I would take their
with
fries.
A burger.
I would take their fries with the burger.
Okay.
Yeah, like I'm a burger guy. My body type is indicative of that. My body type is indicative of me being a burger guy. Unbelievable. Cheddar and mushroom scrambled cooked butter with homemade salsa and a side of sausage.
Sounds great.
That sounds great.
Serve me too. Yeah, so eggs and potatoes are two foods that I absolutely adore, and I can eat with any meal or every meal because there's so many different ways you can cook and flavor and consume them. So, eggs, potatoes, and then take your pick, beef or pork. 3 perfect foods. Good to go.
We're going to mix back and forth between selling Pixel units, selling phones, and breakfast food. Wendy's for sure, Ryan says. 100% agree. The S21 sold 23 million units last year. Ooh. And the Pixel didn't sell 20 million phones.
Okay.
I highly doubt that they did.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that's more of a statement or
coming from Tech Odyssey, we have to question it. It's the rules.
I don't believe anything that you say, Adam. I don't believe anything that you say. Your pancake butt is overrated. Agreed. Egg, sausage link, and hash browns. Hash browns. Taco Bell
roll that
breakfast.
up in a burrito.
Have not had Taco Bell breakfast.
I thought you did like one.
Oh yeah, I did that one time.
You did an entire Taco Bell breakfast menu at
once. I did do that. And Taco Bell's breakfast is actually shockingly good.
I remember when they first rolled it out, there was one thing that I wanted to try, but I never did. And then I think they took it off the menu. So,
Malcontent, we do make our own real food, but it's just,
I do meal prep every week. I mean, but especially when we go out and play golf or go to the golf store or, go to the driving range or golf related, we usually get some sort of meal before or afterwards. And because we're out of the house and we've expended some energy and burned some calories, we feel like rewarding ourselves with the fast food.
It's true.
And the sugary drinks. But no, we both.
Well, I don't drink the sugary drinks, but
I do it out of necessity because I live by myself. And if I don't feed myself, I'm going to starve to death. Scott actually enjoys cooking when he takes the time to do it, and he's quite good at it. So,
wow, thank you.
Not as good as me, but he's good at it. So yeah, we do make a lot of our own food right at our respective houses. So
I've never had breakfast poutine or poutine. Period.
I have. It's good.
Okay.
But it's so different than anything we are used to eating here. So
isn't it just cheese curds?
Well, it is. So I was going to say, imagine a plate of like cheese fries.
Okay.
That have sat on the table, got cold, and then somebody threw back in the microwave. So the cheese was no longer like runny and stretchy, but it was kind of like bundled up. But then they put, Heinz gravy from a jar on top of it.
See, I don't like gravy.
So that's where you wouldn't like poutine because it has brown gravy on top.
I do not enjoy gravy, period, at all. So I do not enjoy it one bit at all. Like people who put gravy on mashed potatoes, no. Absolutely not.
Now, see, personally, coming from the South, I prefer a white gravy that's heavy on the black pepper, but I will eat gravy, especially pork drippings, beef drippings, whatever. I'll eat gravy by the spoonful. So, and to answer Ryan Doublestein or Doublestein's question, bacon or Canadian bacon, the answer is yes.
I was going to say, you can't go wrong.
Pig and it's fried
cannot go wrong with either. I prefer nice crispy bacon.
Bacon.
That's what I prefer. But I cannot do gravy.
Squeaky cheese. Is that
A
like
says,
cheese
okay,
whiz?
I'm out. Don't like gravy. Squeaky cheese. Squeaky cheese.
Yeah, potatoes and gravy and squeaky cheese.
Stats just actually declared war with Canada.
I didn't say poutine was terrible. I would say the only thing that he would be able to compare it to because he doesn't like gravy. That's why I made that analogy.
Okay.
I have had poutine in Canada, and I enjoyed it because I like food. But it's not something that I'm going to seek out every single day like I would with, the Wendy's chicken sandwich, the Chick-fil-A fries, and the Coke from McDonald's if I didn't care about my waistline. I'm not going to go look for poutine every day versus my personal fast food combo. I could absolutely eat every day until I had a heart attack.
Thoughts on Scrapple?
I've had it.
What is Scrapple?
Oh, so again, much like mayo spaghetti from a couple of years ago, if you have a weak stomach, turn away now. I believe Scrapple is all the parts of a pig that can't get made into commercially available products. It's ground up and processed and pressed into a loaf, and then it is sliced and fried and served at a sandwich. I'm pretty sure this is like a West Virginia thing or a Pennsylvania thing. And I've had it. It's
like a hot dog?
No. It's like a slice where you would slice bologna or like Spam or something and then cook it.
Does it taste like a hot dog?
No, it tastes like I'm trying to you can taste pork and some spices, but it's kind of crumbly, so it's not firm like a hot dog is.
Okay.
So it's a very chewy texture.
Not sure I'd like that.
I don't think you would. But again, I'll try any food item once, sometimes even without actually knowing what it is. I went to a dim sum restaurant once and ate whatever was put in front of me. I didn't know what half of it was, but it was all delicious. So, I'm always up for an interesting new food experience.
Carlos says, have we ever had blueberry goat cheese?
Yes, I have. It's delicious.
There you go. Ace says, calm down, PG, with your hot dog. It's like a hot dog. You just described to me a hot dog. A hot dog and look, hey, I love hot dogs. So, like, you heard it here first. Bacon must be crisp. Absolutely truth. I see. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Slice from a loaf.
Yeah.
Okay. PA, Delaware, New Jersey thing.
Hey, look at me and my food knowledge.
You said West Virginia. You didn't say any of the states.
Yes, I did. PA is Pennsylvania.
You said West Virginia.
I said West Virginia and maybe a Pennsylvania thing.
Ah, okay.
Roll it back.
Roll the tape. Go back to the tape. Okay. We're coming up on an hour of the show. Oh, God.
And we talked about like 3 tech things.
We talked about 3 tech things. Yeah, we'll just kind of leave it here. We'll end the show at this particular point, I suppose. So, Stats, where can they find you?
You can find me on gravytrain.com.
Oh my God.
I just read Adam's comment. That's why I did that. No, I am at Helix Island on the tweet machine trying to
Now, hang on a minute. I'm going to interrupt you there because I'm going to let you have it. You sure you don't
let me finish?
I know, I'm going to let you finish. I'm going to let you finish. This particular person says, you sure you don't like cheese omelet with hash browns and crumbled biscuits all mashed together covered with sausage gravy?
I do.
No, I assure you what you just described to me, I do not want. I do not want.
What if they left the sausage gravy off?
The sausage gravy is fine. Just don't put it all together. Don't jam all that food into one particular spot. It's going to go down my gullet one way or another. Pause.
Do you still have those plates with like the separate little sections so your food doesn't
I
budge?
do not like the idea of all the food like that all crumbled together. For the love of Christ. Why would you do that? Don't do that.
I'm really going to gross you out here.
Why would you do it? Don't make what are the? It's not a casserole. That's what I'm looking for. Don't make a casserole out of things that don't need to be casseroles.
I remember that I still have not made my casserole that you are required to eat because I ate your mayo spaghetti.
As soon as you make it,
I will. What I was going to say is, at Thanksgiving, one of my favorite things to do at the end of my first plate is to save a little bit of the corn, especially if it's creamed corn, put that on top of the mashed potatoes and gravy.
Why?
And because you get a really interesting texture and flavor out of it.
No, don't mess up food by messing it with other food. Why would you do that? Don't make a casserole when a casserole doesn't need to be made.
What do you think you're doing with a breakfast burrito? You're mashing a bunch of stuff together.
That's different.
It's not.
That is different. That is meant to be made that way.
The tortilla is the plate. You're mashing all the food together on the plate.
You don't need to do that with those. Some of those foods don't need to do that.
Yeah, but why not try it?
Oh my God. Ace says eats his food in a separate plate so it can't touch. Food is meant to. You just don't freaking mix stuff.
Yeah, when Scott sits down to eat, his wife and his kids are eating off paper plates, and he has every plate out of the cabinet with his food spread out on them.
Oh, God. This is Joker. Joker Tech says this is a yummy live stream. This has been a really interesting live stream. So
we're going to have to remember to do a food live stream like once a month or something just to keep it lively.
PG needs a kid's plate to keep it all separated. I need a taste bud transplant. I need a lot of help. That's probably like really far down on the list of things that I need. All right, Stats. Where can they find you?
Okay, I am at Helix Island on the tweet machine, trying to keep things positive and spend more time in the tech realm. On Instagram, I'm at Country Smith, and that is nothing but stupid memes and science fiction. So
Okay.
take your pick.
Oh, goodness me. You can find me at Scott Peachy on Twitter, at the Scott Peachy on Instagram. I'm semi-active on Twitter, not at all on Instagram. Just I'm not. I don't know.
When are you going to start your singing in cars video series again?
As soon as I get in a car, which I don't very often.
We were in a car on Sunday.
I didn't think about. I was so focused.
We were
laser focused.
We
on
had
golf.
a great day golfing on Sunday.
Laser focused.
It was a little windy, but we didn't get wet. It didn't rain, and it was like it was 70 degrees in Ohio.
It was perfect.
Crazy.
It was perfect. So, all right, y'all, be good or be good at it. We'll not see you next week.
Oh, that's right. You're traveling.
I am on vacation. Malcontent says he needs his money back for this show.
We didn't see a super chat.
Oh, hey-o.
You send us a super chat. We'll decide if we're going to refund it. But you got to send it first. Plus the 10% processing fee for our time and attention.
God. All right, y'all. We will be back in 2 weeks. 2 weeks we'll be back because I will be taking a vacation this time. Not sans stats. Stats will be available, but I will not be available. I will be down in the east part of Tennessee. Pigeon Forge.
It's going to be a good time.
All right. Thanks for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
See ya.
All right. Bye.